Today, no impossible or desperate cause will be left unanswered. Saint Jude Thaddeus will carry all your prayers before the throne of God. When every human solution is exhausted, when science, justice, and even those around us have no answers, it is the intercession of Saint Jude that rises like a light in the darkness. He is the one to whom the afflicted from all over the world turn, and he never fails those who kneel before him in faith. He is known everywhere for performing astonishing miracles, opening paths where there was no hope, restoring health when doctors had given up, reconciling families torn apart, and lifting those trapped in the deepest despair. His life and faith stand as living proof that the impossible becomes possible when we call upon him with trust. I know you believe and long for God's blessing in your life. So take a step of faith right now. Write this declaration from your heart. Saint Jude Thaddeus, patron of desperate causes, look upon my pain and make this miracle come true. Help us spread the presence of God. When you watch, comment, and share, this prayer reaches more hearts, and heaven continues to move through your faith. Offer your petitions now to this great saint of impossible and desperate causes. Saint Jude Thaddeus, before your powerful spiritual presence we come together in prayer, with hearts thirsty for hope and eyes filled with faith, because we know that you were chosen by Christ to be a living witness of his love and an instrument of miracles for humanity. Today we come before you as afflicted children, carrying heavy burdens, pain that few understand, problems that seem greater than ourselves, and struggles that have drained our strength day after day. Yet we have not come here to complain. We have come to cry out boldly, because we know your intercession is heard in heaven. Your faithfulness to the gospel and your surrender to the Lord give us confidence to ask that you carry our prayers to God's throne, so that every tear may turn into an answer, every sigh into a song of victory, and every silence into a testimony that heaven has moved on our behalf. O Saint Jude Thaddeus, intercessor for those who suffer, bring us the assurance that no pain is ignored by God, no prayer is in vain, and no cry goes unheard. Teach us to persevere even when the world seems deaf to our voice, and when everything around us pushes us toward despair. Grant us, Holy Apostle, the grace to endure pain without losing hope, to walk through the deserts without losing faith, and to face the storms without letting go of God's hand. We turn to you because we know that where people fail, where science cannot reach, and where human justice remains silent, that is where your powerful intercession before the Almighty begins. Through your help, may we experience the healing presence of God, the one who restores, who lifts us up, and who opens new paths where before there were only walls and obstacles. And in this sacred moment of prayer, Saint Jude Thaddeus, we declare our trust in your aid. We do not come to you as those who seek a temporary remedy, but as children who recognize in you a faithful intercessor and a loyal friend of the desperate. Receive our prayers, refresh our weary souls, and show us that there is new life for those who persevere in faith. May every person united in this prayer feel now the peace that comes from heaven, the assurance that we are not alone, and the conviction that God is at work through the saints he has chosen as instruments of his mercy. Intercede for us, Saint Jude, and let the impossible begin to turn into possible, by the power of the one who is Lord over all things. Saint Jude Thaddeus, you are known throughout the world as the patron of impossible and desperate causes, the one to whom broken hearts turn when there seems to be no way out, when every door closes and every path appears completely blocked. Today, we come before you with our deepest cries, bringing to your presence the pain no one sees, the fears that weigh down our souls, and the battles we fight in silence. How many of us have looked around and found no solution, have tried everything humanly possible and achieved nothing? It is in that moment of exhaustion, when the impossible feels final, that we run to you with burning faith, knowing that your intercession reaches the impossible before God. Receive our prayers today as flowers laid upon the altar, and present to the Lord the most urgent petitions of every heart praying with you. You, holy patron of desperate causes, never allow us to fall into despair. On the contrary, you are a sign that God is still working, even when our eyes cannot see it. You are the living reminder that the final word does not belong to man, but to Almighty God. Countless testimonies have been told through the centuries, stories of people who stood at the edge of hopelessness and found answers and solutions through your intercession. We, too, believe that same power will touch our lives, that closed doors will open, unpayable debts will find a way, incurable illnesses will be healed, and our greatest struggles will become testimonies that glorify the name of the Lord. Saint Jude Thaddeus, strengthen our faith. Give us courage to face what once threatened to destroy us, and show us that there is no prison that cannot be broken by the power of God. Where there is despair, bring hope. Where doubt reigns, plant trust. Where there are tears, sow joy. Where there is defeat, raise up victory. Do not let us give up too soon. Keep us steadfast, even when everything seems against us. Through your powerful intercession, may we witness the impossible transformed into reality, so that our lips may proclaim to the world that our God is a God of miracles, and that you, his faithful servant, are the chosen instrument leading us toward victory. Saint Jude Thaddeus, we turn to you because you are for us a firm pillar of hope, lifting the weary and reviving those who have lost their faith. We live in a world that so often pushes us toward discouragement, that tries to convince us there is no way out, no solution. But when we remember you, our confidence is renewed, for you remind us there is always hope in the Lord. You teach us that faith is not just believing when things go well, but standing firm when everything seems to fall apart. When promises feel distant and waiting feels endless, we ask you, Holy Apostle, to be our example of perseverance, to lift us when we fall, to strengthen us in our deserts, and to teach us to look upward even when the ground beneath us shakes. O Saint Jude Thaddeus, how many times have we let doubt drain our strength, anxiety consume our thoughts, and fear steal our peace? But today we come in prayer, asking you to lift us up, to remind us that the same God who parted the sea before Moses, who raised Lazarus from the dead, who multiplied the loaves and fishes, is still the same God working in our lives today. Your intercession reminds us there is no barrier he cannot remove, no door he cannot open, no cause beyond his reach. You are the living sign that hope is never in vain, but a seed that blooms when planted in a trusting heart. Through you, may we rekindle the flame of faith and believe that tomorrow can be different, that the impossible can come true, and that victory will come. Saint Jude Thaddeus, help us to persevere when everything seems against us, to remain steadfast in trust when the waiting wears us down, and to hold tightly to God's hand even in the darkness of the night. Teach us to see that every tear we shed is not wasted, but the watering of hope that will one day blossom into blessings. Grant us the grace to become living witnesses that the God we believe in never fails, never abandons his children, and rejoices in lifting up those who have fallen. May every heart united in this prayer feel strengthened by your presence, a pillar of hope, so that we may move forward with courage, even in the face of the greatest impossibilities. Saint Jude Thaddeus, today we come to you because you are known as the advocate of lost causes, the one who takes on what others have given up on, who looks at situations the world has already declared hopeless and still intercedes before God with boldness. How many times have we been discredited, judged, or abandoned by those who should have stood beside us? How many times have we heard that there was nothing left to do, no way out, that our case was lost? But it's in those moments we remember your name, Holy Apostle, and we run to your presence, because we know you are the intercessor who does not fear the depth of our pain. Now we place before you everything that seems irreversible: broken homes, impossible diagnoses, overwhelming debts, shattered relationships, and crushed dreams. Receive all of it and present it before the Lord as a faithful advocate, that heaven may grant us justice, restoration, and miracles. Saint Jude Thaddeus, we know you do not look upon us with judgment, but with compassion, like one who welcomes the wounded and carries them to the divine healer, the one who restores every wound, who lifts even those who are near to losing all life within them. You, the advocate of lost causes, remind us that before God, nothing is truly lost, no story is beyond redemption, and no heart is beyond repair. Your presence strengthens us and gives us courage to believe that hope still remains, that victory is still possible, and that our future is still held in God's hands. In this prayer, Holy Apostle, we ask you to teach us not to give up. Intercede for us so that the Lord may turn every sentence of defeat into a testimony of victory, so that he may reverse diagnoses, break evil decrees, tear down barriers, and grant us the joy of seeing the impossible come to pass. May every person praying right now feel represented before God's throne by you, as an advocate who will not rest until justice, peace, and miracles have come. Receive our causes and fight on our behalf, so that soon we may testify before the world that the impossible became reality through your intercession. Saint Jude Thaddeus, you are not only an apostle of the past, but a companion of those who suffer today, a faithful friend of the afflicted hearts that cry in silence. How many of us have felt the weight of loneliness, believing no one understands our pain or sees our tears? Yet we come to you in this prayer knowing that you never abandon us, but walk beside us, carrying our petitions to God's throne and bringing us the comfort of faith. You are our companion, for you do not look upon our weaknesses with judgment, but embrace us with tenderness, teaching us that every suffering can become a blessing when it is surrendered to the Lord. O Saint Jude Thaddeus, walk with us into our homes. Enter the families that are divided, the hearts that have lost hope, the houses filled with silence and distance. Intercede for every parent fighting for their children, for every young person who feels lost, and for every elder carrying the burden of loneliness. You are the companion of those who suffer because you never let us walk alone. You remind us that the presence of God is always near, even when we cannot see it. Grant us the grace to feel that companionship now, to realize we are not abandoned, but cared for by heaven through your powerful intercession. Saint Jude Thaddeus, be our comfort in the midst of tears, our strength in times of weakness, and our courage in the midst of battle. May every heart praying now feel your spiritual embrace, bringing peace and hope. May we rise from this prayer renewed, confident that we do not walk alone, for we have in you a friend, a defender, and an intercessor who never leaves our side. Be with us in our pain, and transform our suffering into a living testimony of faith, so that the world may know that God is still at work through those he has chosen to be instruments of his mercy. Saint Jude Thaddeus, in this moment we lift our voices to you and cry out as desperate children, because we know you are the saint of urgent causes, the one who runs to the aid of those who can no longer wait. So many situations weigh upon our hearts and homes today, each demanding an immediate answer. There are illnesses advancing rapidly, debts crushing our peace, threats that cannot be ignored, and family struggles that can no longer be postponed. That is why we turn to you, Saint Jude, begging that you carry to the Lord not only our petitions, but also our urgency, our pain that cannot wait another moment. You know there are times when every second matters, and we trust that your intercession can move heaven itself and bring God's help without delay. Holy patron of urgent causes, look upon every prayer being lifted right now. See every afflicted heart joining in this plea. Come quickly to the aid of those awaiting surgery, those waiting for results, those who do not know how to pay their bills, those who cannot sleep at night because of so much worry. You, who are known throughout the world as the one who answers swiftly, hear us with the same mercy you have shown to countless souls throughout history. Do not allow our lives to collapse under the weight of waiting, but grant us the urgent miracle we so desperately need. And Saint Jude, we do not only ask for quick miracles, we also ask that your intercession bring us the peace of those who trust, the serenity of those who know they are cared for by heaven. May we find rest even in the midst of the storm, knowing your intercession never fails and that God's help is already on its way. Holy protector of urgent causes, do not delay in hearing us, do not delay in bringing us the relief we seek. Hasten to our aid, so that we may proclaim before all that your intercession is powerful and that the Lord acted on our behalf at the exact moment we needed him most. Saint Jude Thaddeus, you were chosen by Jesus to walk beside him, to hear his voice, to learn directly from him, and to be a living witness of the power of the good news. You were a faithful apostle who never turned back, even in the face of persecution, threats, and hardship. That is why we call upon you with such confidence today. Come to our aid as a faithful apostle who remains close to those who believe, opening paths where none exist, lifting those who have fallen, strengthening the weak, and reminding us that faithfulness to Christ is never in vain. O Saint Jude, how many doors stand closed before us? How many obstacles rise up to block our way? But we believe your intercession before God can tear down walls, break chains, and open doors that seem forever sealed. Intercede for us, faithful apostle, so that despair may not overcome us, but that we may rise in victory through your prayers. Saint Jude Thaddeus, apostle of faithfulness, you who stood firm in proclaiming the word until the very end, teach us also to remain faithful. How many times have we faltered in faith? How many times have we allowed fear to paralyze us, or the pressures of the world to draw us away from prayer? Help us rise again. Bring us back to Christ. Keep us steadfast even when the road is hard. You who received the strength of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost, pour out that same flame of courage upon us, that we may be true Christians, able to believe against all odds and to persevere when everyone else has given up. Show us that faithfulness reaps miracles, that to be faithful is to live in God's presence every day, and that true faithfulness means never letting go of his hand, even when the world turns against us. And in this sacred moment of prayer, Saint Jude Thaddeus, we ask you to walk beside us as a faithful apostle of Christ. Watch over our families, our finances, our health, our dreams, and every plan we hold in our hearts. Where there are delays, open the way. Where there is bondage, bring freedom. Where there is fear, bring courage. Let your intercession remind us that faithfulness is not just a beautiful word. It is the key that unlocks extraordinary miracles. Stay close to us, faithful apostle, so that we never stray from the path of faith. And through your intercession, may we experience the mighty help of God in our lives. Saint Jude Thaddeus, how many of us come to this prayer with heavy hearts, weary souls, and faith that feels nearly extinguished? How many times have we felt that we can no longer take another step, that life's burdens have crushed us, and that we have no strength left to begin again? But today we call upon you as the friend of the discouraged, the one who draws near to those who have lost hope, who lifts up the fallen, who breathes faith into those who no longer believe. We need you, Saint Jude, because discouragement has stolen our faith, convinced us to give up, and made us doubt whether it's worth fighting anymore. Come to us as a faithful friend. Bring warmth to our cold hearts, courage to our weary souls, and remind us that it is still worth believing. Friend of the hopeless, intercede for us before God, that we may recover the hope we have lost, that we may once again see the light that seemed to fade away. Your presence is a comfort, reminding us that even when everyone else abandons us, there is still someone in heaven who cares, someone who will never let us fall into the void. You are the living sign that God does not despise the weak, but draws near to lift them, strengthen them, and fill them with new life. May we feel, through your intercession, the renewal of the Holy Spirit, bringing strength where there was exhaustion, joy where there was sorrow, and life where there was only despair. Saint Jude Thaddeus, do not allow us to abandon our path. Do not let us give up our faith because of hardship. Hold us up as the faithful friend who never leaves our side. Lift us from the ground, show us that victory still lies ahead, that every tear will turn into a smile, every defeat into triumph, and every moment of discouragement into renewed strength. May we rise from this prayer standing tall, with courage to fight, with faith to endure, and with confidence to declare that we will yet see the impossible become reality in our lives. Saint Jude Thaddeus, today we bring before you every area of our lives that feels bound, every chain that holds us back, every tie that keeps us from moving forward. You are known as the liberator of the oppressed, for through your intercession, many have been freed from impossible situations, from shackles that seemed unbreakable, from burdens that once crushed the heart. We come to you as children crying out for freedom, asking that you take our causes before the Lord and bring us the victory that only heaven can give. Free us, Saint Jude, from everything that has stolen our peace, from everything that has suffocated our faith, from everything that has tied down our dreams. Liberator of the oppressed, look upon those weighed down by debt, those imprisoned by addiction, those enduring unjust persecution, those carrying deep emotional wounds. Your intercession can turn prisons into paths of freedom. You can tear down the walls raised by the enemy. You can open doors that were once sealed shut. Intercede for us, Saint Jude, so that no chain may remain unbroken, no prison endure, and no oppression stand before the power of God that works through your life and your prayers. And in this very moment, Saint Jude Thaddeus, we declare by faith that we will be set free. Let the shackles be broken, the doors opened, and every form of oppression fall to the ground. Deliver us, Holy Apostle, so that we may live the fullness of the life God dreamed for us. May every heart joined in this prayer experience complete freedom, in the mind, in the body, in the soul, in finances, and within the family. May we bear witness that the Lord is mighty to deliver, and that you, Saint Jude Thaddeus, were the chosen instrument to lead us into that victory. Saint Jude Thaddeus, we come to you knowing that you are a saint filled with grace and mercy, an intercessor who reaches the heart of God and covers us with compassion. In the midst of our battles, we cry out to you because we can no longer bear the weight of injustice, false accusations, and persecution. How many of us have been wounded by cruel words, by looks of rejection, by human judgments that condemned us before hearing our side? But today we find in you a safe refuge, because we know your intercession can overturn verdicts of defeat and transform sealed situations into stories of victory. O Holy Apostle, pour out upon us the grace of heaven and cover us with divine mercy, so that every injustice becomes a testimony, every tear turns into joy, and every battle becomes a seed of triumph. Saint Jude Thaddeus, you are a true example of mercy, for even when you faced persecution and misunderstanding, you remained faithful to the love of Christ and continued to be an instrument of divine goodness. You are powerful in grace because you carry the authority of one who walked beside the Master, who heard his voice, and who was transformed by his Spirit. You are powerful in mercy because you do not look upon our faults with harshness, but intercede so that we may be restored, lifted up, and able to begin again. Teach us to live that same mercy in our homes, in our relationships, and within our communities, so that the grace we receive through you may overflow and reach everyone around us. And in this sacred moment of prayer, we ask that your powerful intercession surround us like a mantle of light. Let no weapon formed against us prosper. Let no spiritual enemy prevail. Let no injustice remain standing. Declare over us, Holy Apostle, the victory that comes from the Lord, the freedom he has promised, and the peace that surpasses all understanding. May we walk forward, strengthened by your grace and mercy, confident that the God who called us is faithful to fulfill every promise he has spoken. May we feel, even now, the weight of our chains falling away, the relief of divine justice, and the living presence of God's mercy working through you in our lives. Saint Jude Thaddeus, you are the defender of the needy, the one who rises in favor of the poor, the forgotten, and the mistreated. And now, we stand before you knowing that our needs are not ignored by you. We place before you our hidden pains, our silent tears, our unspoken sorrows, the afflictions we often keep locked away from everyone else. How many among us need bread on the table, a safe home, an answer in the midst of pain? How many of us need not only material miracles, but also inner healing, spiritual freedom, and emotional restoration? You, defender of the needy, take us under your care and present to the Lord every one of our needs, because we know that through your intercession, misery is turned into abundance, emptiness into fullness, and scarcity into overflow. Saint Jude Thaddeus, we know that through the centuries you have been called upon by thousands of troubled hearts, and you have never failed those who place their trust in you. You are a true defender because you do not allow the needy to be forgotten. You carry before God every cause, no matter how small it seems in the eyes of the world, but immense to the one who suffers. Intercede for us, Holy Apostle, so that we may experience God's care in every detail, from the food on our table to the peace in our hearts. Teach us also to be compassionate, to carry forward the same mercy we have received, so that, like you, we may become defenders of those who need love, care, and protection. And in this prayer, we call upon you for your powerful intercession to manifest visibly in our lives. Where there is lack, let there be provision. Where there is pain, let there be comfort. Where there is abandonment, let there be shelter. Defend us, Saint Jude Thaddeus, from everything that seeks to crush us, from every spiritual enemy and every human injustice. May we rise from this prayer renewed and confident, knowing that we have in you a faithful defender who fights for us, and that through your intercession, we will see heaven's help poured out in abundance over our lives. Saint Jude Thaddeus, as we end this prayer, we stand before you recognizing you as a beloved saint and faithful intercessor, the one who never abandons those who trust in your help, the one who remains with us until the victory is complete. We come to you not out of empty tradition, but with living faith, because we have seen your power revealed in countless lives, and we believe we will see it in our own. You are beloved because you receive every prayer with tenderness. You are faithful because you never fail to present our petitions before God. In this moment, we place all that we are and all that we have into your hands, trusting fully in your powerful intercession. Walk with us, guide us, and remain close until the day we see the victory fulfilled. Holy and beloved intercessor, we promise not to give up because we know we are not alone. When life grows heavy, we will remember that we have in you a faithful friend. When our strength fades, we will remember that your presence sustains us. When hope feels distant, we will remember that your intercession rekindles the flame of faith within us. You are our companion on this journey, our defender in battle, and the voice that carries our pain before the Lord. That is why we call upon you with confidence and love. Embrace every heart united in this prayer, Saint Jude, and remind us that no struggle goes unanswered, no pain is overlooked, and no cry goes unheard when we are held by your intercession. And now, holy and faithful intercessor, we seal this prayer with trust and surrender. May every life represented here feel the certainty that the impossible is already being transformed, that the miracle is already unfolding, that the answer has already been sent from heaven. Intercede for us until the very end, Saint Jude Thaddeus, so that one day we may look back and say, It was worth the wait, for God answered through my faithful intercessor. Receive our gratitude, receive our praise, and continue to be for us a living sign of hope, victory, and love. Do not let the flow of grace stop in your life. Keep praying. The prayers that appear before you have been written for you. God loves you. I'll be waiting for you in the next prayer.